Hello, and welcome back to Tom and AJ's Journey to America. Today, we'll be looking at Intro to the Linear Equations. So what exactly we'll be learning about? So we'll be learning about linear equations, and in our future videos, we'll be learning more about linear equations and other mathematics questions that might come on the SAT. So turn on the notification, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. So in this video, we'll just go through the basics and the introduction to linear equations. In our future videos, we'll look at how linear equations and linear inequalities could come in the test. What type of questions? So without any further ado, let's get on to our first question. 3x plus 1 is equal to 5. Okay, so let's look at this, and first let's understand this question. We have 1 here, we have 5 here, which are the constants. These things will be the numbers, the real numbers. We have x here, which is the variable, and we have 3 here, which is the coefficient. Before we start doing the equation, always remember LHS, left-hand side, is equal to RHS, right-hand side. We always need to remember this before doing an equation, because whatever we do to the left-hand side of an equation, we always have to do to the right-hand side of the equation. So let's start doing the equation. So 3x plus 1 is equal to 5. So we need to get rid of this 1 and put it right over here and use all the constants from the RHS, the right hand side. So 3x plus 1 is equal to 5. Yeah? So we can just subtract minus 1 from the left hand side, and then we can subtract minus 1 from the right hand side. And now we reach the answer by 3x is equal to 4. Okay, so this is a more simplified version. Now what we have to do is step 2, which is 3x divided by 3. Now what we did to the left hand side, we have to do to the right hand side. So we need to do 4 divided by 3. Now we know that these 3's could be cancelled out. Now we only left with x is equal to 4 upon 3. And that's the answer, because we need to find the x value before, but let's just, to be sure, let's just check it out. That's the good thing about algebra. You can always check your answer. So let me change my color. Blue. So 3 is times by 4 upon 3 plus 1 is equal to 5. Okay, then we can just cancel out the 3's. We left with 4. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. And that's our answer, because 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. And our answer is correct. Okay, so let's move on to our next question. 2x plus 9 is equal to 14. So before we work this question out, I would encourage you to stop the video and work it out yourself. I assume you have done that, so let's do this question. So 2x plus 9, we have to use the same procedure as we did in our last question. We have to do 2x plus 9 is equal to 14. So we just got to subtract minus 9. We got to subtract 9 from left hand side, and we got to subtract 9 from the right hand side, which gives us 2x is equal to 5. Now we have the simplified version. Now we just need to divide 2x by 2 because of the coefficient, and we need to divide the right hand side 5 by 2 as well. We can cancel out the 2's on the left hand side, which gives us x, and we can just leave the 5 upon 2. We can check it if you want, and I'll do that just to be sure. And I'll use red. So 2 times 5 upon 2 plus 9 is equal to 14. Okay, we can cancel out the 2's. We get 5 plus 9, which is equal to 14, and it's right. So our answer is absolutely correct. Let's move on to our next question. And in fact, Tom, would you like to do this question?
Yes, of course. Okay, so we have the question 4x plus 3 equals 14. And so I encourage you guys, if you guys understand this concept, please pause the video, find a piece of paper and a pen, solve it, and then come back and we'll walk through the answers with you. So we have 3 and 14 as the constants, or the numbers. We have x's as a variable, or the polynomial, and 4 as the coefficient. And we want to isolate x. And so on the left-hand side, we have a 3. And we want to get rid of that 3. So if we subtract the left-hand side by 3, we'll get rid of it. But whatever we do to the left-hand side, we have to do to the right-hand side. Yeah, that's one of the most, that's probably the most important rule when in linear equations. And so now, because we've got 4x, we get 4x equals 11. And now as you guys have done in the previous examples, now we divide both sides by 4. So we got 4x divided by 4 equals 11 over 4. And the two 4's on the left-hand side cancel out, and left with x equals 11 over 4. And we can leave it as a proper fraction. And if we want to check our work, if we've got excess time in the SAT, I encourage you guys to check your answers. So we substitute x in for 11 over 4. So we got 4 times 11 over 4 plus 3 equals 14. And we can cancel out the two 4's. And then we have 11 plus 3 equals 14. And that's correct, because 11 plus 3 is 14, and 14 equals 14. So we know we got the correct answer. X equals 11 is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Let's move
so
on
let's
to
go
the
on
next
to
question.
the next one. So we have 4 minus 9x equals minus 7. So this one's a bit more complicated because we have some negative numbers here. But just like the last ones, I encourage you guys, pause the video if you feel comfortable, solve it, and then we can walk through the answers. So we have 4 and minus 7 as the constants. We have minus 7 as the coefficient, and x is the variable. Yep, so 4 and 7 is the constants. And then, yep, x is the variable, and minus 9 is the coefficient. So let's start this. So we want to get rid of the 4 on the left-hand side because we want to isolate x. And so if we subtract both sides by 4, yeah, so we got 4 minus 9x equals minus 7 minus 4. And so we have the 4 and the minus 4, they cancel out. We'll just change the color. Those cancel out, and we have left with minus x equals minus 7 minus 4, which can be simplified to minus x equals minus 11. And now all we have to do is we have to divide both sides by negative 9. So we divide both sides by negative 9, and we have a negative on the 11. So remember, two negatives, they cancel out. So we have the two negatives cancel out on the right-hand side, and we have the minus 9 and the minus 9, they cancel out. And so we're left with x equals 11 over 9. And so we can test this just as we did in our other examples. So we go 4 minus 9 times 11 over 9 equals minus 7. And so the 9 and the 9 cancel each other out. So we're left with 4 minus 11 equals minus 7. And so, yeah, if 4 minus 7 equals minus 11, and so our answer is correct because negative 7 equals negative 7. And so we have proved that in this equation, x equals 11 over 9. Cool. Let's go on to our very last example. Minus 2x plus 7 equals 4. Please, I'm sure by now, I'm sure you guys have kind of understand the process. So please pause the video and solve it. Awesome, cool. You guys got the answer. Now let's get into it. So we've got 7 and the 4 as our constants, and the x as our variable, and the minus 2 as our coefficient. We want to isolate x, so we first do it by removing this 7. And so we subtract both sides by 7. Minus x plus 7 minus equals 4. We subtract 7, and we're left with minus 2x equals 4 minus 7, which is -3. Sorry, that took me a little while to get it. It's late. And now, as we did in our other equations, we want to divide both sides by -2. And as in the last example as well, we had a negative on the 3, and we got to be careful because we want to cancel out the two negatives here. So we cancel them out, and then we cancel both the -2's out, and we're left with x equals 3/2. And let's check it because we got some extra time in SAT maths because if we were really speedy, so let's check it. So we rewrite this as -2 times 3/2 plus 7 equals 4. And so we can cancel the 2's out, and we're left with -3 plus 7 equals 4. And -7 plus 3 does equal 4. So that is our answer. And that is correct. And so, yes, x is 3/2. Well, that wraps up our video, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope you've all learnt lots. Please share this video with all your friends, especially if you're even if you're just studying linear equations in your maths class. You're not thinking about taking the SAT or going to America. Why not? This is a great video on linear equations. Please share. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. If you guys want more videos like this, please say so. If you guys want us to cover different topics, please say so in the comments below. We hope to see you guys in the next video.
And
Bye.
we hope you guys find your exes as well. And I did not mean any double-minded jokes there. See you.